Regal Movie Masters. Unlimited.
This is the Regal Movie Masters Unlimited podcast where we indiscriminately watch every goddamn movie that comes out at the local theater and then chop it up and talk about it with y'all. Today's Regal Movie Masters are Justine.
Hi.
Brent.
Yes.
Dylan.
Hello.
And I'm Colin. Today's movies, we got House Party and Plane, and then we're going to get into some scandalous and controversial Golden Globe news. I don't think it's news. I think
Coverage.
That's more accurate. First up, we got House Party, not to be confused with the 1990 film starring Kid and Play called House Party. This is crypto quasi double reverse reboot because there's 5 movies in the House Party franchise. Who's seen the most of them?
I've seen 1 and 2, but I don't remember anything after that.
I'm in the same. Who saw House Party in the past 10 years? You recently watched House, like the OG?
Yeah, I saw House Party 1 and 2, within the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think
it was like quarantine era.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen them off VHS, so I'm rusty on my House Party lore.
Uh-huh.
But, fond memories. But then again, 3 through 5, I think, are real deep cuts. That's for only the true heads. But anywho, don't worry about this. This is, oddly enough, not a film that bogs you down with the lore of the House Party cinematic universe. This is a fresh start, and our director this time around is Calmatic. He's done mostly music videos up to this point, including the Lil Nas X Old Town Road. So makes him arguably one of the most viewed directors of all time, I guess, if you look at like streaming numbers, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, respect to Calmatic. This is, I believe, his cinematic debut, his first movie. It was written in part by Donald Glover's little brother.
Oh.
Stephen Glover is Donald Glover's little brother, and Jamal Olari. They write together on a few different things. They've done Atlantic. They've done SNL. You know, Dylan?
Yes.
Do you know what Jamal Olari has written for?
Tell me.
NBA 2K?
Which one?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's the Michael B. Jordan one.
It's insane to see someone get writing credit. This is the first NBA game I've seen on all the movies we've reviewed. But it's your basic House Party plot. They got a house. There's a party. They're gonna raise some money. Hijinks ensue. Whose house is it though?
In this movie?
Yeah.
That's the big reveal.
Boom.
I guess like a third of the way through, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty quick.
It's the king. It's LeBron.
Right. And I think that's kind of what that's a twist to this one, right?
It's a twist?
Yeah. This is how you refresh it. I mean, the old House Party movies.
Oh,
were like,
I was gonna say it was in the preview.
no, it wasn't like, oh, you'll never guess.
M.
It
Night
was-
Shyamalan
no.
shit.
They're very clear that that's like what do they call that? Inciting incident.
Oh.
Script.
The
Okay,
inciting
okay.
incident of the
Yes.
whole damn plot is they realize that this house belongs to LeBron James, who's on a retreat, and I don't know if it's technically an inciting incident.
Yeah,
Don't
I feel
quote
like
me on that
that's
one.
probably like when they get kicked off of the.
Other party.
Yeah, the
Sure,
other party.
okay. And so they decide to throw a party at LeBron James' house since they have access to it, and it's a wild time. It's a fun movie, right?
Extremely fun.
Yeah.
Great time.
One of the funnest damn movies I've seen all year.
Yeah. Listen, I got a theory, okay?
Okay.
This is the most I've ever been into current movies that are into theater. I think that's probably true for everyone in this room. Definitely more invested than I've ever been. And I think we've had Oscar season, right? Which is what just passed because the Oscar cutoff is like the 31st of December.
Oh, you're talking about Oscar eligible. I was gonna say
Yes.
I don't think the Oscars already
No,
happened.
Oscar eligible is up till the 31st. So the last, like the burrito butt of the year is like
Okay.
serious movies, actorly movies. And then the summer, of course, kids are out of school. Summer season.
Yep.
that we're in now. This is movie season.
Yeah.
This is where you see movies.
Movies for people that like movies.
Regular ass movies. Well, go watch some guys have a party at LeBron James' house and laugh a lot kind of movies. And yeah, I think all 4 movies we've seen this year have been very movie movies. The first 4. And yeah, I really appreciated how much of a movie this was, you know?
I'm surprised this wouldn't be in the summer movies.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more of a summer movie than a January movie.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
mean, I don't
point.
know.
I have a theory on that.
Go
Yeah.
on.
So when they were filming this movie, people kept getting COVID, which kept prolonging the filming of the movie. So maybe it didn't get turned in time to make the summer docket.
Yeah, but it's pretty like evergreen. I would think maybe just put it out, sit on it. Jeez. Well, either way, it's out now, and I'm sure it'll bring mirth and merriment to everyone who's having seasonal affective disorder, and get people excited for brighter times. I haven't seen like a good comedy in the theaters, like an intentional for the masses kind of comedy,
Yeah.
in a long time.
You know what's weird is that online people don't seem to like it.
Like a negative response to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you would expect from a house party movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't take a look at, box office or how many people showed up so far, but if you're not a movie master, you're probably not looking at this and going, I need to go to the movie theater to see this. You're probably
Right.
going, this is going to be streaming. And I think actually this, if I'm remembering correctly, this one, it was supposed to go straight to streaming on HBO, but they decided to let it run for 17 days.
Yeah, if I was a teenager right now and I'm looking at a lot of the stuff that's in the rosters and I've already seen Megan, I'm going to probably see House Party. If you're like looking to get out of the house and like have shelter for 2 hours, not like watch a movie that you're
Have
really
shelter.
excited about and seen hype for, but like, teenager shit. Let's fucking just go to the goddamn movies.
It's rated R.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Illuminati content
Jeez.
and smoking.
All right. Well, I don't know. Fuck.
I would have said wait till spring break.
Yeah.
Just hold on to it for a couple of months.
But spring break's for partying, not for going to the movies.
Yeah, but that's the party movie.
Yeah, it's the party movie. Even if it was streaming, like that'd be a movie.
Have you guys
you'd
ever
play,
gone to
like,
spring
during
break?
the party.
Obviously not.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Wait,
you're
gone
not watching
to
movies.
Spring break. Spring break is just something that happens.
Yeah, it's like that's like the 2 weeks off that you get to play Mortal Kombat. That's you just get to hang out by yourself at your house.
Yeah,
Spring
exactly.
break.
That's what people do.
Yeah, and so you have to watch movies like House Party to get merry.
I didn't see the first 5 house party movies.
You never seen a House Party movie?
No, but actually I was talking to my aunt about it because they were like big into that stuff when they were, I don't know, whenever that came out. And they were like, yeah, well, I saw the first 3. I think that they thought there was only 3. And then that maybe this one was connected, but I was like, it's not. And they were like, yeah, 1 and 2 are good and 3 is not worth even watching. But then I saw something about 2 because I just looked it up because I was curious. And it has like a 27% Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I
what I
have
was saying.
no idea. Like,
Yeah.
what these even are. So I was curious if in the original movie, are they at somebody else's house or are they just throwing a house party?
Dylan,
I think it's Play's parents go. Yeah, and then they go
And
to
they
his
just
house.
mess up the house, presumably, because that's
Right.
what happens in movies when people throw parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess are they trying to raise money in the first one? It's been a while for me.
I think they just want they
Money.
charge people to come in.
Yeah.
And they just take the money. Obviously, it's not for anything really anyways.
And is there like a bunch of cameos of famous people?
I don't remember. I don't think so. Is it?
I don't think that many. If anything, like Dr. Dre and Ed Lover show up, but I
Yeah.
think that's like the main
Mm.
like
But like
cameo.
Kid and Play were so hot at the time that it's like that you don't really need the cameos that you would need for this reboot of it.
Oh, that was another thing I asked them. I was like, were they were they famous? Like, they said, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I was like, because these guys that are starring in this, I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, they've
So
been in
that's kind of-
movies,
I don't know.
but yeah, nothing like
Yeah.
the lead role.
So that's kind of neat that they're like they play the leads, but then I guess they're supported by a million famous people.
Yeah,
and LeBron James.
Yeah, including LeBron.
I wonder if they went with some kind of quote unquote no name leads because those actual characters they weren't really lovable or likable. Did you find yourself being like, I'm rooting for these guys? I didn't root for those guys at all.
I didn't walk away feeling like a bunch of charisma oozing from the screen from them. I don't think there's anything that makes them like despicable or exactly unlikable, but I just think it's not.
I don't feel like they were likable though.
Yeah, I don't think they were. I think it's more of like a I don't know of any of the characters from The Hangover to be particularly like, oh, that guy was great. It's more like, look at the hijinks. The
Yeah.
hijinks. The hijinks are the star.
I found the side characters to be way more interesting
Yeah.
and cool. Like Vic the DJ is one of my favorite dudes, and then of course the cameo from Kid Cudi was
That's not. I'm not going to let you turn my man Cuddy like that into a cameo. This was
Best supporting actor.
This was redemption from that bullshit he pulled off in X, is what it is. Had that motherfucker playing Landslide on an acoustic guitar. That sucked. But this is him being like, "Hey, no, I am still actually cool and funny."
Eating an apple at a party.
Bro, that was funny. Him being like a caricature of himself was hilarious. Stole the show from me.
I should specify it's actually the fourth Kid Cudi, and then later the fifth in the movie. It wasn't the one from X.
Yeah.
Is he like sad boy music?
Tell him about the Lonely Stoner, Dylan.
I wouldn't say it's like sad boy music, but it's like
Sad man music.
It's different.
It's very deep thinking rap.
He's different,
but like
Kendrick Lamar. I think.
very artsy. Like I'm an artist rap.
Yeah, I'm not like the other boys. I listen to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I listen to Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I listen to not Kendrick. Well,
Yeah.
I guess you can have both, but
Yeah, true.
yeah, it's like I like Kid Cudi and I don't know if I still like Kanye West.
Probably
Childish
Frank Ocean.
Gambino.
Huh? Frank Ocean, yeah, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
It's regular.
Yeah.
So yeah, not sad boy. More like artsy boy.
Okay.
But you're not committing to listening to indie rock or anything.
Oddly enough, the artist they just named, that's who that's who directed a lot of their videos.
And if the writer is Donald Glover's brother, it's probably a lot of easier asks on the cameo
yeah, that's
department,
true.
and so you could probably get a
Super
lot of
easy.
people in on your stuff. And that, I don't know. I mean, I understand that it's cheap. Like, hey, hi, I'm this guy. Hi, I'm Lil Wayne. This party's crazy. Bye.
Or Snoop with like a split second.
Yeah, I get that that's like cheap,
I
but
liked it.
it liked it. Yeah, like as it ramps up and as the frenzy goes on, like I don't know, it's stupid, but it's fun.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a Where's Waldo thing. It's like, who's
Right.
gonna pop up
Again,
next?
I cannot stress enough. Movie,
Yeah.
classic model movie that is fun and entertaining. We're going with it.
Yeah. There's a lot of like really silly stuff that's funny and just absurd. Like making 3 suits out of LeBron.
Right.
Little baby suit.
That was so cute.
For LeBron to be a producer on this, that's good. It shows sense of humor about himself,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, well,
He's
yeah, he's
able
making
to-
fun of his hairline and
Right,
everything.
making fun of
Yeah.
everything about himself.
Oh, but one note about the suits, it's like his draft day suits. It's like a historic garment,
Yeah,
and he cut it down into 3 different
And he's
suits.
like, he has so many, he won't even notice.
The one dude's wearing the lining from the suit
Yeah.
as his suit.
But my favorite part probably is when Kid Cudi is introduced and he's like gonna follow him, gonna silently
Oh my
follow him,
God.
and he like turns around, and he's still following, and he's like, you could just stand right there.
Too much laughter in that other room.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to go in there.
So all in, house party. Are we accepting the invitation or are we declining the invitation? I don't have a cleverer one than that. I'm sorry. I'm accepting. This is a fun, lighthearted movie. It is movie season after all.
Oh, you mean like the movies as movies?
Regular
I
old
see.
movies.
Yeah.
I don't know when movie season ends. I'll anticipate the movie season continuing into blockbuster season. Given that it is movie season and this is a movie, I enjoyed it. It was a fine, lighthearted fare, and nice to see a comedy,
Funny.
a comedy movie.
If I had to liken it to another movie, I felt like it had similar energy to Friday, like that
Yeah, yeah.
goofiness, you know what I mean? But also just like the rapid pacing of a lot of the sight gags and the actual jokes. I thought-
Yeah, I guess if you compare it to like a something like that, then it's. I mean, how do you become iconic other than having a lot of time
Yeah.
and viewings on DVD? So it's unfair to call.
Give
a
it some
movie-
time.
I don't know, man. Friday has a
I'm
really
not saying
good
it's going to be on the
script.
level, but I'm saying if you had to like reference something, if
Right.
somebody like was just like, "What's House Party?" Be like Friday. It's like it's kind of like got like fast jokes and like
Yeah.
a lot of like visual stuff, and Vic the DJ could be like had like a Chris Tucker type energy.
Hijinks.
Hijinks.
Anyways,
Agency.
I'm accepting the invitation. Justine?
Yeah, and I'll bring my koala
Mm.
to the party so he can have fun too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in pajamas because this is gonna be a pajama jammy jam.
I'll pay the $300 to get in. That's fine.
Costs how much?
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
You got to bribe the doorman.
Unless it was $100 a piece. 'Cause there were those three
Three-
guys,
a
right? And
three-way?
it's like, I can't believe we spent $300 to get in
Jeez,
here.
small price to pay.
I'll still pay $300. They'll muscle me into it.
I mean, you'd be getting a bargain if you think of all the celebrities who are there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Arbitrarily.
I get to see some of the Lakers and whatever.
If you were at that party, who would you punish first?
Myself, I'm an introvert, right, baby? Yeah, I'd just be shy. I'd be too awkward to do anything.
I'd just be looking at the house. There were like these by the pool. There were like these giant urn planters with these succulents in it. And I was like, man, I should do that. Just gravel everything and just put a bunch of them. That's all I was thinking about.
It's
This
all
house is
interior
really
design.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, get serious. This isn't a funny time. A serious time. This is a tense time.
Okay.
This is an airlock time. This is a time we're about to board a plane. Plane is a movie directed by Jean-Francois Richet. He also... Oh, did I say it? Jean-Francois Richet. All right. I don't know why you guys are laughing. He did...
No, I'm serious.
I saw him do
I'm not laughing.
he did the Assault on Precinct 13 remake. That's the only film in his repertoire that I was familiar with. And the guys that wrote the movie, this is the only movie they did. But it's got our boy Gerard Butler in it, who is an adult man.
G-Butt.
And he's in there with Mike Coulter, who, Justine, you might know from Men in Black 3. But overshadowed by that.
Evil.
Yeah?
And then Luke Cage.
Yeah. Luke Cage is my fan favorite. I really like
flip
that
it.
show. Anywho, the two guys, our man Mike Coulter, he plays like this fugitive guy, right? And he's in handcuffs and he's on the plane. There's some plane involved in this film. I'll just letting you guys know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're on a plane.
An airplane.
Aeroplane. That's like not a two-dimensional, but like plane. And Gerard Butler is the captain of the plane. He's flying it. And there's other people involved, right? And they're flying around on New Year's Day, which I don't think is a huge plot point, but actually does kind of play a role in, why they're short-staffed and stuff like that. And I'll believe it. Anyways, they get hit by a friggin' lightning bolt, guys. You see this plane have turbulence, and in my day, our disaster movies, they would just have like one plane crash, and like that would be it. Like they'd crash on a mountain and try to survive. This shit gets more hectic because as they're crashing, they realize they crash on like a bad guy island.
Yeah, it's like a lawless island.
Run by mercenaries.
Separatists.
Yeah. One of the islands in the Philippines, and the Philippine government won't go there to intervene. And America is too far away, and all the electricity is out on the plane, so they can't tell people like how to get them. It's a hairy situation for this plane. And what do? They got a fugitive on it. Are they going to let him go? They do pretty quickly. It's just they just go with it. And then but now that they're in the jungles of this island, they're prey for the mercenaries who want to take them hostage and do bad things, but they're also trying to get like some electricity and communication so that they can tell their main airplane people how to find them. The airplane people are trying to get to them. There's a parachute. Guys are parachuted in. There's an attack squad parachuted in who have pinpointed them with satellites. This fucking movie rocks. I don't know what to tell you. I told you it was movie season. Everything I've just described to you, does it sound like a goddamn movie? Because it should, because you're watching a movie, and that movie is called Plane.
Yeah, we were talking about how this kind of seems like a 90s action movie or an 80s action.
Yeah, I'll
like
go even further and say 80s for sure.
But it's like, why haven't other action movies had this feel to them, though? And one of the things that I thought was like a big difference is just that these guys are not superhero guys.
Right.
They're not an Arnold. There's no Hemsworth. there's no The Rock.
Right.
They're just like some guys. And obviously these guys work out and stuff in real life, but they're not like, that guy wouldn't be a pilot,
Yeah, does it help that they're like actors first?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
Actors who have gotten
like the
in shape.
Liam Neeson effect, where it's like he's not like a superhero, but then he's in Taken, and it's like, oh, he has a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
It's a good way of
It
putting it.
becomes a whole thing. Yeah, I think that really works.
Do you see Taken as like an action movie franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd always felt more like kind of thrillers to me. I don't know what the line is, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and like it's weird because we all know what an 80s action movie is, and I don't know exactly how to describe it like to an alien though, and I also don't know how to describe why those movies have like a certain kind of quaintness and charm compared to an Expendables or a Fast and Furious or like a current era millennial action movie. The best I can describe is like the last 20 years or so of action movies have just felt like they've had a Rockstar energy drink poured on them. They just have a kind of like roided out sheen. But you can't really say that Dolph Lundgren and Arnold weren't like roided out beefcake guys.
Yeah.
So it's not just the physicality.
We've talked about this a little bit before, like, when you got like a Rock or a Vin Diesel, their agents are negotiating points in the script. Whereas I think somebody like an Arnold would actually, he's willing to serve the script. He's willing to serve the story to make a good movie, or at least an entertaining movie in an 80s sense.
Yeah, and I guess that brand building stuff wasn't so huge.
Nobody cared about that shit.
Yeah, and if anything, for like a guy like Arnold who had like this just crazy ambition, period.
He'll do Twins.
Yeah,
He'll do
exactly. Yeah, and it's
He'll
like
do Kindergarten Cop. Who cares?
If anything, he's grateful because like, Jesus Christ, I'm a goddamn bodybuilder. I lift things, and they're putting me in movies in America. This is nuts.
Yeah.
I'm so into this.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, he'll take what they give him. It's like, we're going to overdub your voice here in what's that? The Hercules in New York, right? The first movie he did. They're just like, yeah, we're overdubbing your voice.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fine. Put me in the game, coach.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I guess, what was that Michael Bay movie with The Rock in it, like early on, and Mark Wahlberg?
Oh,
I can never remember the name of it.
Pain and Gain? Or
Yes, it is.
Oh, God, why do I know that?
And that was like that's like a kind of somewhat self-effacing movie. That's not like
I haven't seen
that's
it. So I don't know.
equivalent of like a Twins, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe it's the way they're shot. I don't have the answer for you, but I really like that style of that, the 80s action movies. And this definitely felt more like that school of filmmaking than the real high energy, quick cut, jumpy screen, just roided out, screaming at you kind of
Do you
action
feel
movie.
like there's, when it's like these modern ones that are starring a well-known person, like you were saying, the writing points that happen because it's that actor, it's kind of like, no, flesh out this character. It's like, no, we don't need to know very much about these people. They're in a plane, the plane goes down, they work together. That's pretty much it. You do learn like the basics about them, but it's,
You can communicate that without dialogue. I think you could just be like, "Hey, I got a picture of my daughter in my pocket." That's all you need. It's like,
Right.
well, that's his reason to fight like hell to get off of this
Yeah.
weird island.
it doesn't talk down to the audience, like it's just
Yeah.
like you're in there. Like again, you don't know how are there like dark ops.
Right.
Who is this guy that just came in? How does he know these mercenaries? We don't know. Who is that one guy that he's talking to that he says, hey, see if you can get the Philippine army or whatever in here? And he's like, I'm on it. Who is he?
You know
I
what though?
don't
Like if you've
know.
ever been like, injured or you've been around like a car crash or something like that, all of a sudden, all these experts come in and like specialists come in and you don't necessarily know their background, but so I think maybe it kind of mimics that, like a crisis situation. It's like, of course you're going to have people that just come onto the scene and you might not need an explanation because you're dealing with a crisis.
We don't need to know who any of these people are.
Yeah, like we found out that the air traffic controller is an alcoholic, and we got to like show flashbacks, 3 times to get to
Yeah.
that point.
And
yeah,
it's like, oh, this pilot, he can fight and stuff. Do we know why? No.
They mentioned briefly he was in the RAF, so it's like fine.
yeah.
Okay.
And they showed his viral moment where like he like
Right,
chokes
choke a guy
out,
out.
Yeah, but,
a passenger.
And the other, the fugitive guy, he was in the Foreign Legion,
Yeah,
because he
that's-
says, I was in the Foreign Legion for a while. I was accused for a crime I didn't do. It doesn't matter. Anyways, they don't care if you're in the Foreign Legion. They just make you do the job.
Now let's fight.
Yeah, and I, really credit the script. I was surprised the people that wrote it didn't do anything else. This is like their first script, and it's really tightly wound, in my opinion.
Maybe
Like,
they're untainted.
Sure. I mean, or they're just like kind of following formulas that work, and they're just like, here's the structure of a story.
Yeah.
Like we're saying, they're not really built around franchising or like hyping up some character to be uber tough. And I appreciated that about the movie too, that even though it was a little, I don't know, classy or cerebral, not overly so, but I mean, again, compared to something really lunkheadish, you still get like your big masculine man moments, like, I don't know. I think there's something effective in movies where it just show like insane feats of strength. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm simple in that way. Like I can appreciate it. I like to see just macho shit, but there's a line where it crosses over into just insanity, and it's like this is not
like
effective.
Justine said, it crossed over into like superhero
Right,
territory. It was
right.
like this didn't feel like it had any of it. I mean, but it kicked ass the entire time.
You show these guys just that one scene where Gerard Butler's just having it out with a guy.
Yeah, there's just like a fight,
yeah,
a hand-to-hand fight between two men,
right.
and there's nothing crazy nobody like gets thrown through a wall.
What's up?
And they're
Yeah.
like, I love this in movies. They're like tired.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It shows like the exhaustion.
Yeah.
I also like that when the Black Ops guys did come in, they were super efficient. They didn't dick around, and they didn't get killed.
And you know what? They didn't do the thing that these movies do, which is like those guys get too aggro. You know, like the rescue squad comes in and they're just like, "You're in my house now," and
Yeah.
too much hubris.
They're
gets them shut.
professionals.
Yeah,
And, like,
they're just doing their job,
Cheery.
trying to get to the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, asking the captain, the pilot, what to do.
Good point.
It's like, what the hell?
Super flexible too, versus just being like, "No, I know how to do this shit."
Yeah, I've been here before. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you
No, you
haven't.
haven't.
We have
You
none of us
literally
have
have-
been.
Yeah.
This is uncharted territory for everyone involved. Who has the best idea? You're gonna win. There wasn't that moment. There was no romantic situation. No children.
No
Yeah.
kids.
And like all of that stuff would have really mucked up the plot. And there's no point where you're just like, don't do that thing. You're just like, I don't know, I guess go down the road and try to find a phone. Sure, why not? Everyone's actions are kind of believable given the scenario that they're in. And it's not that nutty of a scenario.
No,
you know?
not at all.
Brent, you're a international flyer. I know
Yeah.
you take a lot of flights to Dubai and like just rich guy
You mean
places
Dubai?
like that. I don't know, rich guy stuff. We're not on that
Okay,
level. We don't.
okay,
We
okay.
can't speak to it. Did the plane shit freak you out? Are you like like nervous to fly in the future, or do anything for you in that regard?
Well, Colin, this movie is to airline travel as Jaws is to going to the beach. I think people will be.
No, it's it was cool because it was fantastical enough that I don't think it would actually freak out a person or preclude a person from flying the friendly skies
Yeah,
at
I
all.
thought that too. I am not a fan of flying. And so I was a little bit nervous going in. I'm like, I hate when they show like
Yeah.
turbulence, even planes going down. But it didn't seem too bad. I mean, like that was bad turbulence and the plane crashed, but it didn't seem like real, I guess.
It didn't seem real. It's also a very small portion of the movie. Like the title of the movie doesn't really have a lot to do with what actually goes down. Well, the plane does go down, but
But you know, they have a really good pilot. I think it makes you feel like, oh, maybe I could have a really good
Yeah.
pilot.
You got a
Yeah.
guy that knows what he's doing. You can get
Yeah.
out of this okay.
It's fine.
guy knows electronics, kind of.
Yeah, the co-pilot. He knows how to do stuff. I do like that they showed him like, I don't know, in a fuse box or something.
Yeah.
And the co-pilot, and he like turns a screw, and then the electricity works on the plane again. And then when Gerard Butler's character, when he's trying to use a phone in an abandoned building, he just like twists some wires together again in what looks like a fuse box, but
Right.
is apparently some phone thing. And he just twists some wires together, and then he gets a dial tone. It's like,
Yeah.
just twist some wires, guys. You can get a lot done.
And they all, in both cases, they seem as surprised to make it work as
Yeah,
as us as the
Yeah.
audience. Yeah.
I like that movie.
yeah. It was certainly a movie.
But there's gun violence,
Right.
but
Okay, hold on. I got to let you guys in on another kink of Justine's. Accuracy
Yeah.
in firearms.
Oh, they're
yeah.
guns in general.
No. She really likes it when people hit their mark.
Do you like when they have an extra kick, like in this movie?
Oh, that was so great. So my favorite
Yes.
part is there's this one guy, and he's a sniper, and he has like those kind of bullets that like are armor piercing ones, right? So he like is trying to find who to shoot, and he sees underneath the car. He's able to see people's feet as they're like, you know, hiding behind the car. So he's like, all right, I see some feet. Let me look up maybe like 2 feet where he probably is standing and shoot. And you see this the other side of the car, and you see the guy get hit by the bullet and then slam into the car behind him because there's like so much force getting hit by the bullet that he slams into the car behind him, and it's so funny.
Yeah, there is like death in this movie.
know.
Like a lot of
A
it.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it like revels in the violence or gore or anything. It just doesn't like shirk away from
It's
it.
Yeah.
it's like functional violence. Like Violent Night, there's like a big to do about Skull Crusher, right?
Right.
There is just as much Skull Crusher going on in this movie, but it happens and then they just keep moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're just like, well, we got to get into that cage. I'm gonna bash this guy's head in with a sledgehammer that I found in this shed.
One shot too.
Oh, so good.
Doesn't have to go like all over the
so
place.
good.
I'm just now realizing that yeah, they treat like violence and death like everybody, it's just business.
Right.
Like from
Matter of fact.
from the bad guys, the separatists on the island, they're just like, we're gonna kidnap these people and get money. We're also gonna kill some of them because
Right.
we're not messing around. And then Gaspar, Mike Coulter in it,
Okay.
he's like, yeah, this is what I used to do. I'm just gonna go do it.
Yeah.
Kill people with a hammer or a gun or a knife or whatever. And then he's even has to tell the pilot, like, just get over it. Just do what you got to do. And then he's like, all right, well, and then he starts doing it like that too. He's like, be sad about it later. And so they're very no nonsense. And then those mercenaries come in and they're very no nonsense. Just everybody's just killing and okay with it.
I'll go one further. When two people die in the plane crash from
Oh,
like
yeah.
the turbulence bouncing them around and it just snaps their necks. When they, eventually land, there's not like we need to bury them. No, man, they're
Yeah.
gone, man. They're gone. No, man, we need to bury them. Like all that kind of shit that's just fat on movies that like you see so much and that they include in these movies for no reason. It's all trimmed off here. It's lean and mean.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if the writers have experienced actual crises in their life. Because, like, when you do,
Yeah.
people, like I said, people tend to just snap to different roles and tasks, and there's not a lot of hysterics unless, like it's a family member of somebody that's been
Right.
killed. Sure. But, nobody on the plane was family of anybody else, so
Well-
yeah, of course you wouldn't necessarily freak out.
They died. There was like one lady that freaks out and runs away and she gets shot and then they're like, oh no.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
her
yeah, you're
husband
right.
freaks out because she got shot and then they cut off his head
chop his
immediately.
motherfucking head off.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, when they have two bodies on the plane, the flight attendant is just like, we got two.
Yeah, zip
And
them
he's
up.
like, all
leave
right,
'em.
I'll handle this.
We have more pressing issues.
Yeah. I do like whenever they have in a plane, when they inflate that slide.
Yeah.
I like when people go down
Oh,
the
yeah.
slide.
I popped so hard, like when he crossed his arms and
Yeah.
just jumped down. I was like, yes, that's great form.
And real quick, easy way to do characterization because it's like he is a leader. He is literally
Yeah.
demonstrating for others how to act and doing it himself. He's not putting anyone in anything that he wouldn't do. And it's like a throwaway, 15 seconds on screen, but it does a lot for characterization, which is just smart economic filmmaking.
And then they do have the guys that are like, what do you mean you don't know what we're doing? Well, we just crash landed, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of lampoons passengers and how absurd they've gotten. I could say this as a bald. It was funny that they had the two balds be the most annoying, of airline passengers, because that definitely plays out in real life too. I know as soon as I raise my eyes, it's gonna be some bald guy and a middle-aged dude raising a big stink about something. And sure enough, it usually is. Yeah.
And then he was like crying when they put him on camera and they're like, what's your name and your nationality? I don't, whatever his name is.
American. Yeah, it's like these little tiny things. They just like the pace keeps moving. They don't really like meditate or hang on anything, but they communicate so much.
They never even get into like the really cartoonish, I'll do anything to get out of here. Or like they don't,
Yeah.
they're dickheads and you can tell their disposition is dickheads. But it's like, as soon as reality hits them in the face, they're like, okay, shit, I'm going to stop being a dickhead.
Actually,
they don't
okay,
keep harping on it.
Let's look at it this way. Were there any tropes in it that you detected or that you didn't like?
There's always like overcompetent army guys or whatever. Those are like common things, but that's just genre stuff. That's how you make these movies, and why you make it interesting is because it's somewhat fantastical.
See, I would think that the Black Ops guys would be competent, so like that was fine for me.
And one of them does get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get shot,
So
but
it's not like they're invincible. I guess the only trope that and this is why Top Gun works for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like bad guys.
Yeah.
We're not going to attach any nationality
We are
or
separatists.
affiliation. They're just some bad guys. Yeah, sometimes it does feel a little bit like, why is it always some minorities just
right.
fighting to be fighting? I don't know. But
I mean, I guess at least you understand like the economic disparity as a motivating factor. Like, we're going to kidnap you and get a lot of money. So it's like their motivating factor is money, not like to be evil or to take over or, you know, anything like that. It's just, fuck, we got some people, we can hold them hostage, we can get some money, we can ... Part of the charm of these movies, it's like, you know, cliches, but it's just genre cliches. At some point you have to paint in broad strokes, otherwise you don't get to tell these kind of fantastical stories and show these, you know, insane masculine thrusts in the face of crises.
So elephant in the room. This movie is called Plane. I think it took at least 3 times of reminding Colin that he's aware of this movie, because he's like, no, there's not a movie called Plane.
There's no movie called Plane.
Yeah, and we're like, no, you've seen the poster, you've seen the previews. You're like, it's not called Plane. So how does it end up being called Plane? Any theories?
My best guess is you just got 2 guys who are like this was the last part that they had to figure out. Like, this was the holdup, was the title of the movie. And it's like, I'm telling you, jungle hostages. No, it's not about the jungle. It's about the pilot. Hero pilot. That's what are we making Sully over here? No, hostages, jungle heat. No, it sounds like whatever they're coming up with isn't conveying it. So, bro, fuck it. Call it fucking Plane. Call it Plane.
I'm just going to write that down. But we'll change it later.
Fuck it. If that's what it takes, I'm cool with Plane. Like, I'll go with Plane. I'll call it Plane.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I just think we could
I
get
don't
a better
fucking
one.
like it either, but I like it better than any other shit. And if this is what's going to hold us up, if we just call this movie Plane and get it out, then I'll put my fucking name on Plane. I don't give a shit. Fucking Plane. Print. Cut.
Plane.
Yeah. It's called Plane.
Do you think that's going to work against it ultimately? Like, do you think people are going to rush out to see this, or?
Well, again, I was talking to my aunts.
Okay.
And one of them was like, is it like that show Lost? No, it's not like that. She's like, it's not like that movie Alive, is it? No, see, it's not like that. Saying it's Plane makes it sounds like, you know, a survivor situation from a plane crash.
Which it is.
Yeah, but it's not like about them, you know. It's not Triangle of Sadness.
This is why they couldn't come up with a title, is because we can't beat it.
Yeah, I think it can be understated to people like, hey, this takes place in an afternoon. It's not over the course, you know? So I for me, that would be a selling point. I'd be like, oh, cool. So they get it resolved pretty quickly. I'm down.
Overnight flight. Fuck it. We'll call it Plane. Fine. I don't care.
There was literally only one part where I kind of tuned out when the prisoner and the pilot were kind of like sneaking through some jungle.
My favorite part of that character, the prisoner, is that he just had his chain on, like
Hell
underneath,
yeah.
like tucked in. Like they just let him have that. Like,
In jail, presumably.
yeah,
Yeah, his other stuff was in that baggie.
yeah. So it's like he just had that chain on him. Because I was like, that's so funny.
You guys in the Foreign Legion, you're going to take his chain? Good luck.
Yeah.
God, what a good movie, right? Fuck.
We for everyone again, Colin, Justine, and Brent saw it together where I had to watch it alone. Well, I watched it with a friend. But what was your theater experience like? Because my theater, I watched it and it was like half full, it felt like.
So good turnout?
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
Sick.
A lot of single people, but then like some couples sprinkled here and there,
Alright.
which is like the opposite problem normally. But I was like amazed at how many people showed up for Plane.
I'm all
On a
turned around.
12:45.
Yeah, dude, it's hard because I'm all turned around because like I watch like 4 movies in a row. Do
I
you remember?
think this was, I would say maybe a quarter full, not a
Okay.
half full, but
Yeah.
also a big theater. So
Yeah.
not sparsely attended, which I don't know. Again, lately, I feel like people are out watching movies. Maybe it's just that there's fewer movies, fewer showings. I don't know what, but over the blockbuster season, I was like, bro, people don't go to movies anymore.
They weren't there.
Like there was
Yeah.
nothing there. And lately it feels like, okay, these are crowds for like
Yeah.
the movies we've seen are Megan, House Party, Plane. Like these aren't like tentpole releases, but they're still butts in seats more so than for Black Adam, Avatar, probably Thor, like a lot of movies
Oh,
we've
yeah.
gone to. I don't have the answers for you, but people are out and they're down to watch movies. And so this is that. But yeah, there was enough people to make it feel like we're watching it. And I felt like everyone was kind of in sync as far as like, oh shit, oh fuck.
Yeah, yeah, I had
like
a lot of that
tense.
too.
It was very
Yeah.
tense. It was
It was
shot,
a good tense.
yeah, it was shot well and paced well to where like you kind of felt the intensity of the experience that everyone was in,
It was easy to immerse into
Yeah.
that movie. Yeah.
immersed. So
Suspend disbelief and just be in it.
Yeah, there was hoots, there was hollers, not just from me this time. But you know, there was people were engaged. What was your situation like, Dylan?
Same thing. Like when that guy gets his head chopped off, like after his wife getting shot. Oh shit!
Yeah, for real.
It was like, oh fuck. Yeah, even for me, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect them to just kill him like
Yeah.
that. They're just really showing the people, wild shit. Usually they just let them live.
Yeah, or do like a long speech,
Right,
and
right.
then take him to like a cell or something like that, and then explain, like what the plot is or whatever, But yeah, that was just like, yeah, I don't like you. I'm cutting your head off.
Yeah, and it's
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
okay, well, if we kill that guy's wife, well, we have to show these guys are bad. Okay, have him shoot the lady when she runs away. Okay, but then we got this guy grieving. God, how do we resolve his character arc and have him get revenge and find solace with his wife? Oh wait, no, just chop his fucking head off. Let's get that out of here. Like it's not goddamn what we're trying
Let
to
him
do.
have
with the
one
movie.
long scream, and during that scream, we just chop his head off.
chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great experience.
Yeah, I would say this was a as far as my crowd goes, this was a crowd pleaser. My crowd was pleased.
Also, for everyone, they watched it at night. I watched it like 12:30, like noon,
So sick.
and so that's why I'm like I'm surprised that both theaters people were popping up.
I believe our night was on a Thursday. if
Oh,
I'm
mine's
not
a Friday
mistaken.
morning or
It's a
Friday day. Yeah,
It all blends together,
Yeah.
Movie master life is something else. Let me
it's
tell you.
hectic sometimes.
Plane. Are we buying a ticket, or is our flight delayed? Me, I'm boarding. Justine,
It's like the same as the last movie.
I can't. Don't expect 10s every time. Okay, I'm gonna give you some 7s. Gonna give you some 4.5s.
I'm gonna parachute in with those other guys.
Hell yeah.
They seem to have a good time, and they looked cool.
They looked very cool. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was on my phone earlier. I already signed up for Trailblazer points, and they gave me a free upgrade. So I'm in business.
One of your many mysterious flights to Dubai.
Dubai bye. But yeah, I love this movie a lot. It was a pleasant surprise. Something called Plane turned out to fucking rule. Like, man, the paradigm has been shifted. The hierarchy of power has truly been shifted.
I'm cutting my hair and I'm gonna go to become a paramedic, and I'm gonna save the passengers from the Trailblazer
That's
because
nice.
my representation the entire time were evil, and they were like the militia. Because I was like, oh, they're not in the Philippines, right? And they're like, no, these are Filipinos, and they're like speaking
Let me make
Tagalog.
very clear. We are in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Manila is a stone's throw away, but we're on an island. It's a little bit south. Still the Philippines. Cannot stress enough how Filipino we all
It's
are
like,
right
for
now.
anybody that missed it, I'm also gonna say they speak Tagalog.
Yeah. So I'm all like, fuck. And I'm in a theater with like a bunch of older, like, what I would assume military people from the area I was in. And I was like, fuck.
They're looking at you funny.
Because I have, everyone that doesn't know, I have long hair and I'm half Filipino, half Mexican, and I have facial hair. So I looked pretty much like a background guy in this fucking film, like shooting people up. Like
You're one like pockety vest away.
yeah, exactly. Like, just strap a gun on me. I'm one of those guys. So I'm just like, fuck. I'm gonna cut my hair, become a paramedic, and help these passengers out. I'm not gonna put anyone
Just out of
through
guilt?
hostages. No, I'm just a good Samaritan.
Positive representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that, guys. Please don't think I'm that guy. But yeah, great movie. Would watch it again. I think I'd take my mom to it just to be funny.
This is gonna be a good mom movie.
Yeah, great mom movie. I don't think she'd like any of the violence, but
Yeah, but come on.
yeah, no, we're good. I'll take her.
Was this rated R? Had
Has to be, right? They say
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Beheadings.
And there's a lot of violence and
Shooting.
They do swear a lot in like a funny, normal way, though.
Yeah.
Mr. fucking Weatherman, you
Oh,
tell me
dude.
what you.
Whoever that guy was, I liked him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. I think qualified as tropey, but like I'm down with it. Like the guy out of the Glengarry Glen Ross character.
It was
just storming
efficient
in.
though. It wasn't drawn
Yeah.
out. He said what he needed to say. You know?
Coffee is for closers and people who get me that plane.
Yeah, who was the guy on the call that he was
Doesn't
that he was
matter.
yelling at? We don't know.
the head of the Filipino government.
No, that wasn't him.
Which
Guy
guy?
who-
No,
saying
that's
it's
the guy on the
unacceptable too?
phone. I'm talking about the guy on the video chat where he was
That's
like,
the guy
"Who
that-
authorized this?" And he's like, "Well,
Oh,
you know,
He cleared the flight. Yeah, because
Yes.
who's this?"
he's
I don't know.
he pathfounded them.
Yeah,
I am
he's-
the pathfinder for Trailblazer.
It was like-
Trailblazer isn't a real. They had to make up a
They had to make that
company,
up.
right?
Yeah.
No one,
Yeah.
no one. Delta isn't horny enough for the
No.
publicity. They'll be like, yeah, sure. Aer Lingus isn't.
Right.
Yes, Aer Lingus reference pulled off. Finally, yes.
Stuck the landing.
I don't get it.
Thank you.
It's rich guy stuff.
Don't give it to him.
Rich guy stuff. You wouldn't get it.
But dude buys one cashmere sweater, right? And he's out here talking about Aer Lingus.
I haven't gotten it yet, and it's
Yeah, it hasn't arrived yet.
it's coming Monday. Any movie news? Any news in the movies? Anything going on in movie
movies?
land? What did Hollywood?
Well-
Old Hollywood lady, does she do anything new? Brent?
Colin likes that movies are about movies right now, so let's talk about more movies. This past week, the Golden Globes went down, the 80th annual Golden Globes, in fact. And I have not taken a look at the winners, so this will be exciting for me. But
Just do movies. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about secession or anything.
oh, we got nothing about TV.
Okay, thank
all
God.
right. So
Keeping
we're gonna
it straight.
start. We'll start at like the bottom of the categories. We're just gonna go with the best original song in a motion picture.
Just get the winner. We don't need the noms.
Okay.
Shawn Mendes.
Your winner was Natu for RRR.
Okay, that's a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Okay, respect. Yeah,
You know-
of course.
You know who else was in the running? Was our girl T Swift for Where the Crawdads Sing. Ciao Papa for Pinocchio, which I know you liked.
Yeah, but
Lady Gaga in Top Gun Maverick, Hold My Hand. And then you had that song Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
that's because
Yeah,
they wanted Rihanna and Taylor Swift to show up, so they nominated them. I don't know if it worked or not,
Yep,
but
yep. And then for Best Original Score, your winner was Justin Hurwitz for Babylon. Other nominees were
he just took the fucking Cuphead soundtrack and remixed it. I'm not giving it
It was
to him.
not even that good because I literally don't remember any of it.
So well, how could you not? They just repeated the same thing over and over again. It was 3 hours. With like the techno beat in the background.
Yep.
I don't
Hey, he
remember.
beat out John Williams from the Fablemans.
It wasn't. Williams wasn't flexing on you like that though.
That's true. Pinocchio was also nominated. Banshees of Inisherin and Women Talking, which we didn't see. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on there. For Best Motion Picture, non-English language, the winner was Argentina, from the country of Argentina.
I thought you were gonna say RRR.
Well, see, that was a nominee, yeah, and then Decision to Leave, which is making some waves. That's a South Korean film that got the nomination. Close from Belgium, France, Netherlands, and then All Quiet on the Western Front from Germany. All right, it's time to bestow some joy upon the room.
All right.
Best Motion Picture, animated. Your nominees were Turning Red, Puss in Boots, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Unu O, and your winner, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Goddamn right.
Turning Red was this year or last year?
It must have been like in the beginning.
Our Golden Globe is
crazy.
the Golden Globe cycle a little different.
Perhaps? You're talking to a person that has never thought about the
Yeah, I
Golden
have never
Globes,
considered it. I-
looked at it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is
I
my
have
first time being
no clue.
engaged with the Golden Globes. To be
This is
real
really
with you
funny
folks.
that the
It's
four of
really
us are talking
fucking
about the
weird.
Golden Globes. Yeah. So for Best Screenplay for a Motion Picture, nominees are Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner for The Fablemans, Sarah Polley for Women Talking, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Todd Field with Tar, and your winner, Martin McDonough for The Banshees of Inisherin, which tracks with the podcast.
Yeah, that was your pick for screenplay, right?
Mine as well,
so.
and it
Okay.
ended up getting consensus.
There we
Yeah. Best Director for a Motion Picture. Nominees are Martin McDonough for The Banshees of Inisherin, Baz Luhrmann for Elvis,
So weird.
Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, James Cameron for Avatar: The Way of Water, and your winner, Steven Spielberg. We went with Jordan Peele for Nope. But I remember Spielberg was also on a couple of our
Spielberg
ballots.
won director.
Yeah, he won Best Director for a Motion Picture.
I'm not mad at
odd.
it.
Well,
I didn't really enjoy it, but I get it.
I forget, Colin, who'd you have for your director?
Oh, Cronenberg, bro.
yeah.
No, I'm Cronenberg stand
No
number one. So
representation.
yeah, I'm fucking out.
Oh, I have Here's just like some supplemental news on top of this Golden Globes coverage. If you recall in an earlier episode, Colin said that he would watch any advertisement that David Cronenberg would do in 2023. And by God, the brand gods have bestowed that wish upon thee, as David Cronenberg is an official spokesperson for Yves Saint Laurent now.
Oh, that's gonna be fucked up.
There's already he's already done some photographs, you know what I mean? They're just black
Yeah.
and white. And there's other directors in it. I forget who else is in it, but yeah, he was the one that jumped out off the page and I was like, "Oh my God, this dude is doing commercials."
Well,
now.
his old lady's been doing like the costume design or like, you know, dressing the people, whatever that you call that, in his movies since like back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
And man, I couldn't, it hurt me to deny the drip of the year last year to to Empire of Light, which was insanely
Nuts.
fucking well dressed. But I still had to give it to Crimes of the Future because that movie, everyone's clothes are so fucking perfect in that. And all of his movies, they're very well dressed. So I think this is fan theory here. His old lady's in the mix, just being like, yeah, do that shit. Do that shit. I want to get in on these clothes.
That helps.
And it's well earned
Yeah.
too, because like, her eye is fucking immaculate.
That helps me start because I was like, "How did that happen?" But yeah, knowing that now, that makes
Complete
perfect-
fan theory. Don't quote me. I feel like Cronenberg's a crazy visual director. I think they're just like, hey, we're trying to do some crazy, wacky bullshit. Get a wacky man to do it. What are the other directors? They got David Lynch in the mix.
No,
Couldn't
it was
afford him.
Spielberg.
there was a couple other
Michael
directors.
Bay.
Michael Bay. Definitely not.
You don't watch Cronenberg in Star Trek.
He's just acting in it. I don't.
Yeah, but he's cool.
Isn't
Fake
not cool.
fan.
And his son has a movie coming out next week.
That's weird.
Yeah, you
What's
didn't
his-
watch Possessor either. Fake fan.
Wait, what's Possessor?
I think he did Possessor, right? Am
That's
I
his
tripping?
son,
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandon, who's doing
Infinity Pool.
Infinity Pool. coming
Possessor
up.
sounds like a thrash metal revival band that would play
Yeah.
play some backyard show.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, back to our Golden Globes coverage. We're going to go to Best Supporting Actor in any motion picture. Your nominees were Eddie Redmayne in The Good Nurse, Brad Pitt in Babylon, Barry Keoghan in The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of Inisherin, and your winner was Ke Huy Quan from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Did you guys see that
I
yet?
still haven't seen that movie. Is that fucked up?
Oh man, yeah, I think you'd dig it.
No, that's what everyone's. I can't imagine I wouldn't, given how celebrated it is.
Because we have to watch 100 movies a
I
week.
know.
I know.
Is it like obviously streaming anywhere?
No,
easy
it's
to
like
watch?
it's like a Amazon thing or
Really?
Apple TV.
Yeah, I'm not snobbing it. It's just accidentally.
I wanted to watch it. Like, I'd been hearing about this movie like months before
Right.
it came out, and then I was supposed to go see it like one day, and then I got sick, and then it just never happened.
I used to be such a fucking asshole with movies, and by used to, I mean like 6 months ago. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say of note because
like to put it this
Yeah.
way, when Everywhere All at Once was in the theaters, I was still such a fucking dickhead about things that I would be like, oh, it's too popular, I'm not gonna watch it. Like there's a level, there's just a mark where if I hear about something too much, just on principle, I won't see it.
the dichotomy being that you have seen every comic book movie in movie
Yeah.
theaters, you know, which
I
are
mean,
the biggest movies.
Whatever, I like comic books.
But I just don't like popular stuff, but I love comic book movies.
Well, I don't know.
This is coming from a man is trying to force me to watch Breaking Bad.
I didn't say force you to watch. I was saying if you're gonna watch fucking Sopranos for the 100th time.
Hey, this is
Dude,
my
no, watch Sopranos for the 100th time instead of Breaking Bad. I'll
Thank
put
you.
it right
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
but you've watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
and
fuck
I've
that.
watched Breaking Bad, and I'll say Breaking Bad is not a good show,
Trash.
but it's still weird to not have seen Breaking Bad.
No, I'm happy
If you're
for him
gonna
that he hasn't
rewatch
seen
it.
Breaking Bad. And if he never watches Breaking Bad, he'll be a better human being.
I'll say
for it.
Breaking Bad is worth watching to get to Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul's legit.
Can you just
great.
start it cold?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're probably fine, but
Yeah.
he won't do that either. And
He
he's
doesn't
a
need to. He's got The
so-called
Sopranos.
so-called Mr. Show fan, so-called comedians of comedy fans, so-called Tim and Eric fan. Anyways, Odenkirk's a goddamn legend among
funny when that
legends.
movie Mr. Nobody came out. He was like, I don't need to watch that movie,
I wouldn't watch
and
it.
that's just one movie that he's in. He's like the main guy.
I'll watch it now, but I didn't.
I'll watch it now. Now that I
want to.
now that I
So
watch
he's over
movies.
here bragging about Mr. Show. I wouldn't watch the one feature movie he was in.
I didn't want to go to the theaters. I didn't go to the movies that much.
You
back
didn't have
then.
his back, man.
In the ancient days when that came out
Of
of
early
of
2022.
January 2022.
Oddly enough, I watched that one on a plane.
Yeah, I'll watch that shit now. You're making a big deal about it. I think it's like it's funny you put on these fucking Red Bull ass movies like the fucking Cranks and the goddamn.
And what about it?
what's the Free Guy? Those kind of movies. That shit. I gotta be a really.
I don't watch Free Guy. I watched it once.
You were
theaters.
pushing Free Guy hard. Don't lie.
Yeah, and then I saw it, and I never pushed it again. And I was like, I like that movie. But
I
I'm not
guess I
gonna make you watch
got
it.
the other one confused with that one that you were pushing.
So I push Crank, but I love Crank.
So let me get this straight. You're trying to get him to watch Breaking
I
Bad
would
in
say-
lieu of more Sopranos
I think.
Or Crank.
Listen, you don't.
or Crank?
You guys don't understand the dynamics of me and Dylan's relationship. You don't get how bad it can go if we don't have like a guiding star. Like I watched Sopranos with him, and it was a delightful experience. I had no problems with that. We watched The Wire together, a delightful experience. If you have a show to watch where there's a lot of, then when you sit down, you put that show on and you watch another episode of it. And when there's a lot of, such as Breaking Bad, then you're always going to have something to watch, and it's going to be a reliable experience for a couple months. Without that, you're just watching bullshit on YouTube, and it's going to melt your fucking brain. I love watching bullshit on YouTube. Give me a good 20 to 45 minutes of watching bullshit on YouTube. We're golden, baby. But if you just have bullshit to watch on YouTube, you're going to run out of good bullshit, and then you're going to be in the darkest fucking recesses of fucking watching the goddamn Black Album tours of Metallica, which you pushed on me. And that's what happens if you don't have Breaking Bad. So I'm not saying
Like
Breaking
year and a half in the
Bad
life of Metallica?
Oh, don't-
That shit fucking sucks.
once a year. Absolutely. Watch it. But then just watching like 1991 live in San Diego Stadium.
Yeah, man.
But that's just for fun.
That's what happens when you don't have like a guiding star. You need a show where there's a lot of, and there's, I don't know, not a lot of great options of like shows you can dick around on your phone during, and like, don't have to watch that closely.
I don't think Dylan would like Breaking Bad.
There's too much drugs, and I'm
Yep.
straight edge, and
true.
like that's the thing. I don't.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They get defeated. I'm not like really pushing it, but I think we need some structure. You know what though? If you think about it, as they originally wanted to film it in Riverside, then it's really fucking
wow.
funny.
Wait, Breaking Bad or the
Breaking
Sopranos?
Bad, yeah,
Oh.
but the
But still set in Albuquerque?
they wanted to shoot it in Riverside, but they like Riverside wouldn't let them film there,
Hell
or like
yeah.
the taxes were too much.
Yeah.
It was like so expensive to do there. So yeah, we'll just put it in. I think it's somewhere in New Mexico,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and so like a lot of the like the Jessies and stuff like that, they seem a lot more Riverside to me than New Mexico, and that makes it funny. But it's a stretch. I
Anyway,
get
so
it.
what does this have to do? I forgot. How did we get here from Best Supporting Actress?
I don't know. But Everything Everywhere All at Once is not streaming unless you have the Showtime.
That
Oh.
motherfucker.
Dude, he spun off that from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mm.
That's how that happened.
Multiverse shit.
You
Yeah.
accused me of wanting to watch Breaking Bad, and that's not entirely true.
Why do you want to watch Breaking Bad so
You
much?
did accuse.
And I only watched it through once. Maybe I wouldn't think it was so.
All right,
shitty
I
if
have
I'd
I have
watched
the
it again.
perfect middle.
There's cool parts in it. I
I
recall.
have the perfect middle.
What's up?
Malcolm in the Middle. Let's just watch Malcolm in the Middle.
No, because it needs to be consecutive story. If we're otherwise we're
It
just
is.
watch.
There is a consecutive.
Have you never
story.
watched Malcolm in the
I've
Middle?
watched Malcolm in the Middle several times, but it's not. You can't put that next to a Sopranos or Wire, where there's like you have to watch the whole fucking series, or Breaking Bad, where you have to watch the whole series to get to the end of the story. It's episodic. It's like saying watch Seinfeld, which is a delightful time, but that's not a good guiding star, because then you're basically can watch or not watch any episode as you feel. Whereas if it's really episodic and one part is dependent on the next, you both have to sit down and watch it so that you're not watching complete fucking bullshit on YouTube.
Justine, what should these guys watch?
True Blood? I tried
Dude,
to
that's
put.
tight.
I tried to push it on him once. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't bite.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
I don't
that
know.
one.
And I haven't even watched True Blood. I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, it is very funny. I'll give you that.
You guys gonna be like, oh, that show's Supernatural?
Oh.
I tried
Oh,
to.
I
Fred
Met
me
Your
was a
Mother?
good time.
I'll take the hit. I try to push Family Guy on him all the time. He won't do it.
Ooh, okay,
Scared.
Okay, I'm with Colin on that one.
But the first 12 seasons.
The first 12 seasons.
I don't think you're wrong. I think
I'm sure it's fine.
there's better Family Guy than others.
X-Files.
Ooh.
Nah, still Chaos Zone. There's Monster of the Week ups and there's a smoking guy up.
So you only want a specific kind of show.
What about
You just want like 21st century
something
good
happening?
TV.
Yes,
All right, I got
here's a
it.
trademark.
They
Capital
said,
G,
you
capital
said
T.
Sopranos and Wire. Those are both HBO shows. Why
Yeah.
don't you stick with HBO and go with like a Succession or a White Lotus?
Succession's still happening though, right?
I think we need it to be done.
Yeah, we need to be wrapped the fuck up.
It's almost
Like
done.
Game of Thrones would be a pitch,
No,
but I don't think either of us are
Nah,
What's that
horny or
one?
nerdy
What's that?
enough.
Dead.
clown shit.
Blockhead?
Walking Dead?
Oh, Walking. Oh, Jesus. I think that's still going too, technically.
No, I think that's done. But zombies are so boring.
Yeah.
You apparently like boring stuff.
Yeah, but not zombies. Ugh.
I'm going to ask my dad where to start. He like loves that
Walking
shit.
Dead.
Yeah.
No, I
Hey,
don't.
Dad, when does it pick up?
Yeah,
When does
start
it
at like
pick up?
season 5.
Yeah, season 5 out of 12.
I want a lot of. That's my only.
There's a lot of them.
That's true.
Let's watch Sons of Anarchy. a lot
I've
of them.
seen it
I
already.
know I have
It's
too, and it's so
fucked.
hard to watch now.
Sucks.
Like to rewatch. I try to watch that Mind show. I was like, oh God, I can't do this anymore.
TV sucks. We just need to. We need to really take our
Movie
namesake and
roulette.
stick to movies.
All right. So
Just
back
watch
to movies, and
Yes.
Dylan alluded to
No more TV, like we said.
Yeah, yeah.
Movies.
Yeah, it's like the hard rule was no TV, and we're just talking about TV.
TV sucks.
As Dylan
Official.
alluded to, the next category is Best Supporting Actress in any motion picture. Your nominees were Carey Mulligan in She Said, which we saw, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got Dolly DeLeon from Triangle of Sadness. That's a good nominee.
Did she really?
Yeah, she's a nominee.
That was the model lady, right? Or was it?
No, that's the
the-
Filipino lady.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
the killer.
Yeah.
Fucking respect for them recognizing that shit.
That's
Anyways, keep
great.
going.
Jamie Lee Curtis in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I understand why. Carrie Condon from Banshees of Inisherin, who made some of our lists. And your winner is Angela Bassett from Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Oh, I feel like they just handed that to
Yeah,
her.
it didn't occur
yeah.
to me that you'd give that to her, but
No.
sure.
Yeah, even in that movie, she's like not.
She's
in
barely in it. But I felt the same thing about there's 2 people from Banshees that were nominated for supporting actor.
Mhm.
And one of them is in it much more.
Yeah, he's
than
like the
other.
main.
Yeah, so I'm like, ooh, whatever. They're just throwing these
Yeah.
in.
They wanted to hype up.
All right, I'm going to take
Banshees.
Colin's challenge.
Even in the
let's
noms.
do this right now, okay?
Even in the noms.
Best actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Your nominees are Ray Fiennes for The Menu, Adam Driver for White Noise. Did you guys watch White Noise? Yeah, that was
Bullshit.
terrible.
Loved it.
Other nominees: Daniel Craig, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. This is like the Netflix category. Diego Calva from Babylon. That makes sense. That was the
Yeah, the main guy.
yeah. And your winner, Colin Farrell from the
All right,
Banshees
all right.
of Inisherin.
They liked Banshees of Inisherin. Good for them.
Good.
He did a great job. So, no, not mad. That was main actor, right?
No, but that was in a musical or comedy. They delineate between.
Wait,
that.
they do actors in musicals and comedies.
It's the Golden Globes, baby. This ain't no.
This
Oscars.
is why.
Yeah,
This is why.
people
Golden
don't like
Globes.
these.
Yeah,
This is why people don't like the Golden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least he gets an award.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, you like this movie, but you're sad about his win. Take
No,
his
I
W
want,
as
him
an
to, I
L.
want him to commit to really giving him the real award, not
Yeah,
the
but
fucking
maybe the
asterisk.
award was-
Don't asterisk my boy.
That's not an Oscar. It's just more love
Is
for more
Babylon
people.
a comedy?
Does it matter?
It's a musical.
'Cause
I laughed.
It's not a musical.
I laughed. I heard some
There's
music.
music in it.
Yeah, there's
Colin knows
music
the
in
music.
House Party. That's not a musical.
How,
I don't know. Juvenile shows up and they start rapping.
Kid Cudi's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that juvenile part was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Holy
funny.
Damn, what if Kid? Well, I hope House. Okay, Golden Globes. Golden Globes, if you're listening, nominate House Party for comedy or musical, and we will respect you.
Just a nominee. They don't have
All right,
to.
we're going to shift to Best Actress in a Motion Picture for musical or comedy. Your nominees.
eye
Your nominees are Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. Did we?
Never heard of it.
Never heard it.
Say that again.
That was first.
Good Luck to You, Leo Grande.
No.
Never. Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy for The Menu. I'm down with that. I think I had her on my list. Margot Robbie for Babylon. Justine.
All these are bad to me so far.
Dylan, Leslie Manville, Mrs. Harris Goes
Hell
to
yeah.
Paris.
This is the winner.
She really
That's
got a
great.
nod?
She got the nod.
Okay, I fuck with you, Golden Globes. We fuck with you.
Welcome back. Welcome back,
back.
Golden Globes. We love you.
Again, you should have given it to her, the real one. You're still asterisk-skinning our girl, but it's whatever. At least she's in the.
I mean, she's in the hunt,
conversation.
man. Your winner, Michelle Yeoh, for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now we're going to
Wait,
move. What?
comedy or musical?
Yeah.
All right.
See, they just throw sci-fi in there too. That's how The Martian won something.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like the most.
The Martian
notorious-
won on comedy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
won Best Comedy.
Stupid.
That's great.
It's ridiculous.
Good for him.
Speaking of ridiculous, our next category is Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Your
Best actor in a real movie.
Yeah.
yeah, quote unquote real. So your
Top
nominees.
dog.
Adult films.
All right. These first are y'all are gonna have to tell me if you've heard of them. Jeremy Pope in The Inspection.
Nah.
All right.
I need to see a poster.
Bill
Yeah.
Nighy in Living.
Bill Nye?
Nighy.
Oh.
These are first half of the year movies. I only went second half. I
Hugh
can't-
Jackman in The Sun.
Bro.
Next is Brendan Fraser in The Whale.
Gotta give him something.
And your winner is Austin Butler from Elvis.
So nuts. I saw that and I.
That was the kickstart for you
What do you, what
to
the-
watch every movie.
That's true. I saw that movie and I was like, oh, these are good. I'll watch all of them.
Yeah.
I like this.
I heard about the Austin Butler, and I have to agree. He did a great job.
Oh, thank you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
He wasn't even the main character if you think about it. It was Tom Hanks. What's
It's
his
odd,
name?
it's odd though, because I will say universally, people who like the movie, people who dislike the movie, no one said this guy did a bad job. Like, I don't think anyone's mad at his
Thank you,
acting
Cole.
specifically.
Yeah.
However, there is like a like
Other
sub-
actors?
Well, yeah, and like a whole genre of like American kitsch of like Elvis impersonators.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've had a long time to flesh this out. It's not like, you're playing some obscure monarch from the 1800s and bringing him to life. We kind of know. And it's like, all right, you're elevating it above a totally hacky impression, but not by that much.
I don't think people know what Elvis was like. You only know Elvis impersonators.
Yeah, so he's doing
a
a more grounded version of their impressions.
or he's doing an impression of impressions.
Or he looks like it? Does he look like him?
No.
I guess, if I'm Brendan Fraser in this one, I'm probably a little pissed off.
Yeah.
yeah.
They should have another category since they just willy-nilly all the categories. It's like best actor in a bad movie.
Then, yeah, bring that motherfucker up every time.
Well, Dylan proposed the best
I
suggestion.
can't even remember what I said.
Funniest portrayal of an actual person. And who do you give that one to, Dylan?
Tom Hanks in
100%.
Elvis, Mr.
That was
Snow.
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
Spot on. Golden Globes, if you're listening. Funniest portrayal of a real person.
Yeah, we'll be big fans if you make that a category.
We'll
But
watch it
only
next
if you
year.
make that category. Yeah, we'll actually watch it next year if you make
Yeah.
that category. So moving on to Best Actress in a Motion Picture for a Drama. You got Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, Ana de Armas in Blonde, Viola Davis in The Woman King, Olivia Colman, Empire of Light. Got the recognition there. But your winner, of course, Kate Blanchett for Tar.
Duh.
I'm less mad at this category.
You can't be mad.
I'm really surprised to see Viola Davis get that nod. I thought I was
I'll give
kind
her
of
best. in my-
Yeah, no, we all liked it, but what we like is not necessarily
That's true.
like in line. So I almost feel like validated. Like, okay, yeah, see, told you she did a fucking great job.
And Empire Light.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's I guess a little more apparent.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to get serious. Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. We've got, as your nominees, Triangle of Sadness. We've got Glass Onion, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Babylon, and your winner, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Man, I love to see the love. I love to see the love. I'm not mad at it at all.
Can't be mad at that one at all.
Mad
And
at
let's
Babylon being
see.
in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like they just we need 5 or whatever.
No,
What else came
they
out?
gotta fucking blow that guy because he did good goddamn La La Land, and it's like, yeah, your movie bombed, but we still like you. We still like you. We still like you. Do another one we like though.
But-
less peeing on people, more classic glitz and glamour.
But to Justine's point, I put Puss in Boots as my number 3 animated film of the year, and I didn't even watch it. So there you go.
There we go.
Filling these up. They're like, Brad Pitt, come to our show.
Yeah, that's the other part, I guess. Yeah, when you put all the big fucking stars in your movie, that's how they get in. They gotta say.
That's why nobody liked it, and they didn't have one last year.
Right. Just they didn't have any fucking. They didn't even have like
Well, no,
a
they had like
mail-in.
a private ceremony
Oh, okay.
thing because
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they didn't have it
There's
because people
reasons.
were like, "Wait a minute, you have 0 black people on this committee to
Oh,
like
that's
who
great.
votes on this?"
Fuck yeah.
And then they were like,
Oopsie.
whoops.
Forgot they
Yeah,
existed.
and then also people were like, "Wait a minute, why are you sending? You're just sending all these gifts to people and being like, hey, vote for my movie." It's all just
Yeah.
like campaigning, and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
"Okay, scrap this all.
Gonna
We need
reboot.
to come back." And so
All
this
right.
year they were supposed to be more inclusive,
Angela
which is
Bassett.
a little.
Angela Bassett, I know you were in that movie for 8 minutes. I don't care. Please, please, for the love of God, be our cool black person we
Viola
know.
Davis, you get to come too.
Dylan, can you think of a funnier movies than these lists that they've been giving us? If you're just shooting from the hip, you're the funniest guy I know. You're a clown. You
In the
amuse me.
comedies movies of last year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't feel like there was many, unless I'm crazy.
That's why House Party hit so hard. It was just like, oh, I can laugh again.
I mean, I feel like I've heard more backlash against this than favorable speech, but I thought that Thor was really funny. Thor 4, I thought that was funnier than a lot of these. And as far as musicals go, like I don't know, man. Doesn't RRR count? Like if you're gonna say that it had the best song,
Yeah.
that was the only movie of any of these that I've seen commit to like a real song and dance number.
It's like a musical.
Beautiful Blue
Yeah.
Eyes is fucking
A
hilarious.
musical. And since they throw sci-fi in there too, where's Nope?
Yeah, good
Yeah, I
call. Yeah,
There
that's
is no Peel. There is no Nope
that's
on
fuck
here.
because Nope is way funnier. I mean, it's not even the point of the movie isn't even to be a comedy, but it's still way funnier than a lot of those. I mean, if we're calling fucking Babylon a comedy, I mean, I guess there's comedic elements. There's
Sure.
explicit jokes. Like here,
I forget, was Easter Sunday funny or
It was comedy based.
Yeah,
But it was no drama
Yeah, based
whatsoever.
on comedy.
I guess I found that I was amused. I enjoyed it. It was legitimately had LOL moments.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's top 5 though.
Bullet Train was a comedy.
That's true. I
That's
would say
true.
Bullet-
Brad Pitt's in it.
Yeah, I mean,
And Bad Bunny. You could have had Bad Bunny at your ceremony.
then that makes it a musical.
Because he was in it.
Yeah.
He didn't even talk.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Jackass Forever?
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, that's legit rude not to throw that in there, man.
Maybe they can't say ass.
Good point.
We saw most everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many funny movies. Like again, I wouldn't call Nope an explicit comedy. Ha time.
Yeah, but
good
again,
time. Ha
since
time.
they use it as a catch-all.
Yeah, that should bump a
category.
couple of those off. And I'm not even mad at Banshees of Inisherin winning. I would say they picked of that clump like the right one because I thought that was a very funny movie. But geez, yeah, they could have again slip a Thor in there. Why not? These are hybrid films they're throwing in.
yeah, there wasn't just like a straight.
Well, I think it's
up-
continuing like a trend of that. Like I said, this House Party movie was one of the first comedies
capital
I've seen
C.
in a long time.
Yeah, Lyle was just like that was just fun. It wasn't
It
necessarily.
was a
a-
musical.
But it was a musical. They fucked up.
They fucked
They
up.
fucked up. They could have given
hard.
bro. Could have had Sean fucking Mendez in attendance, but no.
Bros. Is that a comedy?
Rose was definitely a comedy, a bit of a rom com.
Was Fire Island also this past year?
I don't know that was in theaters.
These don't have to be in theater. The Golden Globes.
Oh.
That movie was funny as shit. I thought Fire Island was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
funny.
That was funny.
See how they run had comedic moments.
Yeah, come on, man.
They didn't watch anything, I think.
No, I don't think they did.
Yeah,
I think not having Nope in there is criminal.
oh, it's in any category.
Yeah.
Messed up. Keep
No,
going.
no representation. All right, so yeah, we'll close it out with best motion picture
The
for
what?
drama.
All
Hell
came
no.
here for the real movie,
Yeah, check
real
this out.
number one movie.
We'll start with Top Gun Maverick,
Shut up.
Nuts.
Elvis, Tar, Avatar: The Way of Water, and your winner, The Fablemans.
They're joking. They're just messing around.
It's
Yeah,
really-
why would the Fablemans win? Avatar should have gotten it.
Avatar, they just tacked that on.
I feel like they put it
Yeah.
in there before they watched it.
Elvis.
Elvis was the
swear,
best
I don't
movie, no?
understand what is their like obsession with La La Land, Elvis, Babylon. Like, grow up.
Take
What
a-
are these movies? But yeah,
I'm not super mad at Fableman's winning. It's weird. I like the movie a lot. And what's the logic here? Like, okay, we're putting in like Avatar and Maverick because we don't want to look like snobs, right? Or we're acknowledging
And Elvis?
some kind of technical proficiency. We're putting in Elvis because, again, we want that boy to like us. So he makes La La Land again. He's just like grandfathered into that world because of like Moulin Rouge and all that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
and then what was the other one they got?
Avatar, Elvis, Tar, Top Gun.
Tar is, come
Tar
on.
is a
How are you
movie.
gonna?
I think you can consider the Fablemans and Tar for sure, but the other three,
I'll be interested in seeing what the Oscar picks are.
But that's just it. Though you're gonna put in those like Avatar and Maverick. All you can say about them is that they were really big. They were big because they were big. They were
I mean, you could if you want to be
Technical
generous.
aspects,
Yeah, you could say that
sure.
they up the technical game.
huge effects,
New cameras, but those are
fight
different
it out for
categories.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like movies, like bro, that's fucking silly. And then if you're gonna say, well, they were big, they were huge, you're gonna be too big of a snob for that. Well, okay, then what are you doing putting the fucking Fablemans that nobody fucking saw and then having it win?
Because it's Spielberg.
I know.
I don't like. Okay, so you're putting Avatar as a drama instead of as one of
A
the
sci-fi movie or
sci-fi
something.
movie. There's avatars. I don't know
There's
what else you
fucking
need to
blue
say.
people running around.
And it's totally
gibberish.
fake. It's 100% made up, like a sci-fi world, and you're gonna say it's a drama.
Yeah, and this is like, and again, you have old girl nominated for Empire of Light.
Exactly what I was thinking.
You have like that spoiler alert movie that I liked that was like not Oscar bait necessarily, but dramatic movie with human beings in it. You said Brendan Fraser was good. You liked him in The Whale, so apparently you watched The Whale. And if you didn't like him, then don't put him in. But like, if he's in for Best Actor, what the fuck? Who did you have acting so great in Avatar that you put him in? You didn't put Tom Cruise in as actor, so you must not have liked it that much. I'm so confused how this works. I don't like it.
Well, I think it's what you alluded to earlier. Didn't see everything.
Yeah,
Didn't even come close to seeing everything.
I want to know who got bumped off the list. Like, I feel like they have like a list running where like, I like this one. I'm going to put this on my, my nominees. And then like Avatar comes out and they're like, ooh, gonna have to take what movie off
And
to put Avatar in.
I'm so dumb because I'm just getting like I'm a mark. I am the proverbial sucker born every minute. So Balenciaga, before all the stuff that's going on now, they would do these like ridiculous things every season, like a shirt on top of a shirt, and it would get people who are outside of the fashion world. Balenciaga just puts out shit like this, but that would be the one like piece they would do that would get that kind of attention, and then they would do like pretty regular stuff after that, or
That jacket looks like a homeless guy's jacket.
exactly.
Yeah,
So you get people talking about some ridiculous item of clothing you made, so that they're talking about your whole thing. So they put Avatar in there, so people could be like, "Fucking Avatar! What are they fucking stupid?" But then that's how they get you because now you're talking.
That's
about
how they get all these
it.
movie podcasts
God
to talk
damn
about
it!
them. Yeah.
God damn it! They got
We
me.
fell for it.
They got my
Damn
ass. They got my ass again. Don't give in to them. Don't give them the clicks.
I will say, yeah, this is like the like, normally news segment, it's up to me, you know what I mean? Like whatever I pull in, we roll with. This one, I did get a directive from the top saying, we're going to cover the Golden Globes.
I'm not gonna watch them. I just want to know.
And listen, this is the calm before the storm. This
Okay.
is me seeing half of the movies a year. You imagine how invested I'm going to be now that I'm starting now and I'm going to watch the whole cycle.
Jesus Christ, it's going to get psychotic.
I'm gonna be so angry next time around for sure.
You need to start your list like they have.
Contenders.
Contenders.
I'm not even fronting. I had such a fun and easy and nice time putting together my list last year.
Yeah.
So
But that was half a year.
that was
you could
half a year.
remember.
It was half a year, but it was
So,
great.
do we know when the Oscars is? I don't. Do you?
It's in March.
Okay.
It's in March, and it covers January 1st to December 31st.
Okay.
That's the parameters, which is why, all these movies coming out now are, I don't think, really trying to stay fresh
that
in
makes
Oscar
sense to
people's
me.
minds.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you take the year and then you take 3
3
months to
think
decide
about it.
instead of 2 weeks before Avatar.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's going to be so much Elvis bullshit. I'm so angry.
If it's covered in Elvis and Avatar, that's just like, oh, God.
Dylan, what are we watching next week?
What's up, party people? Thank you for listening to this week's episode of House Party 2023 and playing exciting. Anyways, join us next time for some scary shit. We got the devil conspiracy. I don't even know what that's about, but if Satan or the devil's in it, man, I'm scared as hell. And Skinnamarink. I'm terrified. It's gonna be a scary ass ride. Anyways, everyone, hope you have a blessed day. Bye.